BattlerX here. Welcome to the Milwaukee Sawsbucks Week 3, Season 6 of the GBA team builder. For my opponent this week, the Utah Jasmine. They're fresh off getting 6 so let's see if we can kick them while they're down, add some insult to injury, throw a little more salt into their wounds, and give them a defeat this week. Let's go over the team. Dr. Spins, a Sandslash, bold max defense. Rapid Spin, Earthquake, Knockoff, Stealth Rock. This is a very standard set, and it's made to switch in on Mega Glade. At +2, an Ice Punch cannot OHKO any variant of this Sandslash. Can't do it. Cannot be done. Rapid Spin, Earthquake, obviously for damage for his 3 steel types that he's got. Knockoff, get rid of some valuable items, such as, leftovers on his defensive mons without actual recovery, like, perhaps a Claydol, and I'll hit Claydol super effectively as well. And Stealth Rock to get some rocks up, because I'm hoping I can force a lot of switches and get a lot of damage out on his stuff, and that'll just help me out going forward. Now, this Sandslash does a couple of things. My team this week is Sandslash, Heliolisk, Mega Pinsir, Heatran, Slowbro, and Gerald the Sawsbuck, and we'll get to all that for down a reason. But this Sandslash does a couple things. One, it gets hazards up. 2, it can wall Mega Glade, which is fantastic. It can't really wall Staraptor, but nothing really can wall Staraptor. I just gotta hope Staraptor, takes enough damage to kill itself. And obviously, I have other fail safes, but you can't really stop a Reckless Band Staraptor, which I think he might bring. Also, this gives Cooper a free switch essentially into Sableye, which will then give me essentially a free switch into Heatran, and his team does not like Heatran at all. So that's also why Sandslash was there. Actually, I had Mienshao in here for a while with Drain Punch, Hidden Power, Ice, and Fake Out, but I realized I need something to switch into Glade on a regular basis, and this is my Sandslash. Next, we have Spun Web the Heliolisk, Scarf Heliolisk, Focus Blast, Hidden Power, Hyper Voice, and Volt Switch. I had him with Thunderbolt. I don't need to, but I can OHKO Staraptor anyway. Now, he's probably going to have one of Gliscor or Claydol, so I'm not going to be able to Volt Switch all over his team early game. But hopefully for late game I can get that done. I am Scarfed, that way I can take out and outspeed any form of his Staraptor that I want and kill it, and that's the plan there. I can Scarf Focus Blast if I can do some outspeed and do some damage to Magneton and his other steel types, just Hyper Voice for some stab, and Hidden Bar Ice for Gliscor, in case I can predict that and then kill Gliscor. But turn 1, if there's Staraptor and he has Gliscor and I have this out, it's going to pain me not to go for Hidden Power Ice, but I'm going to have to go for the Volt Switch, and I'm making that prediction many days ahead of time, so we'll see what happens with that. And again, enough speed to outspeed Scarf Staraptor if he brings that. If he's Scarf, that's fantastic, though. That means Sandslash can tank that. Next up, we have Red the Heatran. This actually went through a lot of variations. At first, this was, this had the most important part is it moved to a charcoal set with first had Eruption, but that can only be quiet nature, and I didn't want that. So then moved to like a charcoal set with Hidden Power, Flame Charge, Fire Blast, and Flash Cannon. Now the Hidden Power Ice, of course, again Gliscor. Flame Charge outspeed everything on his team after a Flame Charge, including Scarf Magnezon. So that's wonderful with the EV spread that I'm running here. Fire Blast, and deal a lot of damage to a lot of his team, and Flash Cannon for Clefable. Again, this is just to deal a shitload of damage on anything coming in. Shucka Berry, offensive Gliscor cannot OHKO me at all with my set. He can't do that. So actually, let me just get the calc up here. If I have no defense and 28 HP EVs, and I believe I have a little bit more than that. Where is my set now? See now we're just going through the motions and going through exactly what I have and just kind of double checking that way. Not double check. It's kind of a double check. You never know. I might end this video and redo it. Yeah. Okay. So he's got. I got enough HP EVs enough EVs to live a fully adamant offensive Gliscor's Earthquake. So that's wonderful news, and enough to not die as well to a Magnezon's Hidden Power Ground. So, that'd be nice. So, but if he's fully offensive, then after a Flame Charge, and let's actually get rid of his special defense here. If he's fully offensive and he's max speed, of course, then I will be able to take him out with. I understand this is convoluted, but I'm running through my thought process here. If he's offensive, I can live an Earthquake. And if he's defensive, then obviously I'll live anyway. But if he's offensive, I'll live an Earthquake, and if I get a Flame Charge up, I can then kill him with Hidden Power Ice, because he'll be offensive and not specially defensive. So he's really got to pick his poison here. If he's offensive, I outspeed him after a Flame Charge. And if he's defensive, I don't die to Earthquake. So, things are nice and happening and stuff. And of course, it's nice to have a Shulker Berry for Magnezone. Next, we have Jabari Parker, the Mega Pinsir. This cannot be easier. Enough speed to outspeed a Staraptor. I have Earthquake, Quick Attack, Return, Swords Dance. There's nothing you need to say about this. This thing's going to come in, and it is going to just... That is my sound for destroying things. That's my destruction noise. So don't forget that. It's my destruction noise. Hopefully when I bring a Mega Pinsir, it's time to sweep. You know, Mega Glade doesn't like it. Wheezing is the only really thing that he doesn't mind. Even fucking Gliscor doesn't want. So if I can weaken a lot of stuff with my team, which I plan on doing, and Mega Pinsir comes in, we can use Mega Pinsir to pick up our first win of the year. Slowbro, Max Defense, Bow Generator, Rocky Helmet, Thunder Wave, Slack Off, Scald, Ice Beam. No leftovers because I want to get extra damage on whatever uses knockoff, which is probably going to be Mega Glade anyway. I want to get extra damage on that, and that way I can just Thunder Wave it and then start slacking off, and then it's crippled. I can Thunder Wave essentially his whole team, as always, is not a ground type, and just make it much more difficult, and obviously Magnezone, make it much more difficult for him to pull off any sort of sweeps or reliable anything, because he's going to have that turn paralysis, and it'll allow, potentially allow Sandslash to outspeed things, and it'll allow Heatran to outspeed things that don't need doesn't need a Flame Charge, so that's wonderful news. And then, of course, the final member, of course, Bold to deal with Staraptor and Gallade. There you go. And Steve, what are you going to do about Magnezone? Well, I'm glad you asked that question, because he's probably going to be Scarfed, and if he is, ho-ho! His name is Gerald the Sawsbuck. He is a certified steed and a bona fide buck, and you can't teach that. Take this set here. Everyone look at it. Once you look at the set, take the set, throw into a calc, and just tell me how much Magnezone does with anything. Now, if he has Hidden Power Fire on Magnezone, he's dumb. So he's probably going to Hidden Power Ground, and that's going to be hilarious. Now, I know I have 3 things for weak to fighting. He has Mega Glade, but I think my non-think weak to fighting are good enough to deal with that type of deal. So, at least, you know, I'm hoping so anyway. Obviously, unforeseen problems are going to probably arise at some point. But the good news is, you know, if I have, let's say, you know, Sandslash, and he's like close combat Mega Glade or something like that, his defense will be lowered enough as to where, you know, I can come in if I need to with Mega Pinsir and easily clean it up. He might be a bulk upset, so he might not be close combat. So he's got a lot of different options here. But this thing here, Horn Leech, Jump Kick, Facade, in case I get burned with a Scald, then Facade gives me power. And Secret Power with Serene Grace, which is a 60% chance to paralyze things after Serene Grace. So that's just lovely. Things that obviously aren't Magnezone. That's about it. So, this is my squad this week, and of course, this will be used to just deal some extra damage to stuff. He's got 3 steel types again, so this fight, you know, I have a fighting type move and Jump Kick. It's kind of powerful, and you know, Horn Leech for Greninja possible, and Empoleon, which will be neutral, but still the HP back, and then Facade and Secret Power for stab. And there you go. There's my team this week. Let me know what you guys think. Rate, comment, sub, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. I'm actually going to be camping this weekend, so I'm not going to see any of the comments in this video at all until I get back on Monday. So that'll be fun. Hopefully we get a win, and I can get a win and read those comments there. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.